Now let's turn our attention to perceptions of organizational justice. These are the judgments that employees make about the fairness of their work experience. There is no unified framework for conceptualizing organizational justice, but many experts agree that there are at least 4 different factors: distributive, procedural, and 2 types of interactional justice: interpersonal and informational. One of the reasons why this construct is so important is because a lack of justice or perceptions of injustice can be extremely damaging to organizational behavior. We'll take a look at some of the negative outcomes associated with injustice in the next part of this lecture. Distributive justice includes perceptions about the fairness of a particular outcome. Was the reward distributed to everyone or just a few people? There are a number of ways that people tend to evaluate distributive justice. If they take the equity approach, they're concerned about whether resources are distributed according to contribution. The more you contribute, the more resources you get. If they take the equality approach, they're concerned with whether resources are distributed evenly across people, regardless of contribution. Everyone gets a reward. And finally, if they take the need approach to fairness, they're concerned with whether resources are distributed according to need. The people most in need of a resource get that resource. Imagine for a moment the zombie apocalypse was real. How would food be distributed, and would you perceive that distribution to be fair? If we follow the equity approach, the people who work the hardest to build our town, to secure food, to defend our community against zombies, those people get to eat the most. After all, they probably burned the most calories engaging in those activities. If we follow the equality approach, everyone in our community gets to eat, regardless of what they did that day or how they've contributed to the community. Young, old, sick, healthy. Everyone gets to eat the exact same amount. If we follow the need approach, only those people who are hungry get to eat. The rest of the community has to wait until the next day or until they're in dire need of food. Procedural justice is the second type of organizational justice. These are perceptions about the fairness of the processes used to make decisions. Procedural justice has been shown to reduce uncertainty. In a culture that is highly uncertainty avoidant, procedural justice is crucial. It can be enhanced through employee participation by being consistent and accurate in our expectations, our communication, the application of rewards and punishment. It can also be enhanced by providing some avenue for employees to complain or appeal. In other words, procedures need to be correctable. There needs to be some way for mistakes to be fixed. Procedural justice can also be enhanced by following the ethical norms of the organization and its people. If an organization tends to follow an equity approach, then procedures should distribute rewards in an equitable manner according to contribution. In other organizations, however, the ethical norms may be quite different, and equality may be the expectation. Interactional justice includes perceptions about how someone is treated in their organization. There are 2 types of interactional justice. Interpersonal justice is related to perceptions about how other people, both inside the organization and outside of the organization, such as customers, treat a person. Do these stakeholders treat the person with respect? Are the interactions positive, inspiring, uplifting? Interactional justice also includes informational justice. Perceptions that a person is provided with adequate information about their work and the decisions that affect them. Whereas procedural justice helps reduce uncertainty, interactional justice helps build trust. In the next part of this lecture, you will learn more about the outcomes of organizational injustice.